Okay, so here I am. Today is January 1st. I just posted a video about how I'm pivoting. And so if the lighting is not right, I apologize. I don't have any lights over here and I'll have to move a lamp, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try to get the best lighting with the phone. So this is what I came up with. So where was I at? Because y'all know. So we're pivoting. So I put up a video on YouTube about that and how I'm changing my name back to my name, my at name. You know how you'll be at whatever. And I've changed it a few times, okay? More than a few probably. And I was iffy about doing that because one, it's just like, okay, I want to be consistent. And the last name that I had, I settled on that. I was just like, okay, this is what you're going to be, right? And so then I got some training. It's just like, okay, girl, you need to just go back to being you, because I hadn't been being authentic on camera. I mean, I was just like, you know how you do the talking head videos. You'll see a lot of those videos, and I felt, I guess I felt most comfortable there because it was easy for me to do. I could just sit at my desk, and then I can make little shorts and then make one whole video. And so, but when I was talking to my coach, they were like, this personality that you have, I don't see that on the videos that you have on your channel. And I'm just like, yeah, I've just gotten away from being myself. And part of it, I believe, is, I'm trying to make content that goes with books. And sometimes, you're trying to put a spin on something, and it's kind of like, how is this going with books? And so you're trying to think of something that's surrounding what you've said that you do, right? So it's been a struggle. And I mean, I could put books with donuts, books and cars, books and whatever, right? But then I need to be knowledgeable on that thing. So that is the challenge. It's just like, yeah, I could come up with all these titles, but do I know something about that? And so it just takes more time to look into that, and how would I present that? Because books has been my whole life. It's been since I was 10, and I don't want to say that's all that I know, but it's been the majority of my life that that's what I've been focused on. And I don't want to say that I have regret about it, because it's like, you want to be knowledgeable about something that people, when they think of that thing, they think about you, and they're like, okay, yeah, let me go to her for this, right? So I'm thankful for that in that regard, that I do know a lot about books and publishing, writing, all of that, that whole industry. But it's kind of like, where my heart pulls me is travel and luxury too, and also lifestyle. And so I'm just pulled towards that direction, and I want to do that. But it's kind of like, okay, I'm not traveling that much, and I haven't showed you all of my life. I used to show my creativity, and I got away from that. I really did. And so I want to get back to just turning the camera on, and wherever I land or end up, that's where I'm going to be. And I want to be able to show that and be authentic and true when I do show it. So I didn't want this to turn into a duplicate video of what I actually posted about pivoting and changing my channel name. I got my nail polish here, and this, I love the color terracotta, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna paint my nails, you know, and so they're just gonna be whatever they're gonna be, right? So I'm gonna paint them, and then let me see if I can, yeah. So it's kind of an orangey, terracotta is kind of orange, and I've painted my nails on camera before, but the thing is I don't try to be perfect. I don't try to like stay within the lines or anything like that. Let me see. See how it's on the skin? I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if like I get right there. You can see it's on my skin. Now, when it dries, I can just peel that off. I don't stress about that. I just paint it, and then however it turns out is how it turns out. And I really don't have enough lighting in here to do this, but I'm doing it though. Okay. We're going to get the coats on here. Don't let nothing happen that it requires me to do something with my fingers, because it's going to be over then, right? But see how it's a beautiful color. And I love orange. Well, I like terracotta, right? I have a terracotta blanket. I mean, I think I would like accent my whole house with terracotta. Just little pieces throughout. Now that's one thing that I got out of doing, was actually like decorating, looking for things to decorate, styling and things like that. And I was thinking about that, like, why did I get out of doing that? Like, what made me stop having interest in doing all of that? And here recently, I had, gone through a bout of just being sick. Like, you'd see me on camera and I'd appear to be okay. Some days I look more tired than others, but for the most part, I'm just trying to like keep this image up on camera, trying to keep the content coming, but I'm still suffering behind the scenes. I'm really, really suffering. And I don't know where I was going with this. But anyway, I've been struggling with my health. And so I've been going to the doctor for, gosh, a couple of months now. It's probably more than that. I'm just going to say a couple of months. But what had been going on with me was happening for like the past year of trying to figure out what was wrong. And unfortunately, my doctor was not pinpointing it. And I'm trying not to self-diagnose. So I want to really rely on them to tell me this is what it is and this is what you need, but I'm suggesting things and the doctor is saying, oh, well, no, I don't think it's that. So, they have a piece of paper, and the piece of paper asks questions so they can rule things out. But that's not the type of doctor that I need. And so what happened is my body started to not break out. Yeah, it started to break out. And then I had like bruises, like someone had beat me up. And it was horrible. And then the bruises got to where, if you touch it, it was just painful. And I was just in so much pain. But it was concentrated in a certain part of my body. So like my thighs, my stomach, my torso, basically. And then my arms, like right here. It was just really weird. And then it itched profusely. And I'm just like, what is going on? Now, I know I had started a blood pressure medication, not one, but two additional blood pressure medications. So I was on too much medication, right? So I'm like, and then towards the end of me not even taking it, because I'm not taking the medication anymore, I started thinking, well, maybe it's that, because they'll add things and it's kind of like you don't know if you're allergic to them and you won't find out till months later. So I kept telling my doctor, I need help. I need help. I'm in a lot of pain. So he was giving me, topical things. And it's just kind of like, no, this is like something in my blood that's making this happen. And so what I did was I went to home, and home is like 2 hours away. And my daughter looked at me. We went in the bathroom and I showed her, all the bruises on my body. And she was like, yeah, something is going on. So we immediately went to the doctor. Now, what's crazy is I could not get an appointment that fast where I live at. But I went home and I could get an appointment like the next day. We saw that doctor and she looked at me and I told her all that I've been going through. She looked at the bruises on my body. I told her everything. She said, okay, one thing we're going to do is we're going to change our doctor. And it's like, yeah, because it's like, I'm not getting the help I need. I'm just like, sometimes, you'll have people in your life is just like, okay, they're only there for a little bit and then they need to go, or you need to go, right? So it's just like, he was here for a season. Now it's time for him to go. I need to find another doctor. So she said, change the doctor. Okay. Then she said, okay, we're going to do some testing, right? She did so much testing on me, and my daughter works in the medical field. My daughter's at this appointment with me. So my daughter's like, okay, are you going to be okay? Because you might need to eat something or whatever, because, they had took so much blood, to do all the tests, right? Like every test that I asked her for, my doctor would not give me. So it's kind of like I had intense everything at that point. This is one visit. So the test results start coming in. So she said, okay, you're going to have an intense round of vitamin D. You need potassium, right? And so I went back. My daughter took me back. We picked up that. I just took it all at once. And then slowly the bruises started going away. And it's like, man, I needed vitamin D so bad. It was like detrimental to my health. It was painful. And you know how they always say, oh, vitamin D, vitamin D, and you don't think that you need it. They're like, get out in the sun. It's like, okay, I don't want to go out in the sun. Yeah. I mean, I literally thought that I was going to die because I did not have a solution for my problem. And I was so deficient that it was showing up on me and just making me be in pain. So it made me think that everything that I had ate as a child, I wasn't eating anymore, or I wasn't drinking. Like I used to drink milk like water. I love milk. I still love milk. And so, the trends are, oh, don't drink regular milk. Oh, drink non-fat milk. We've been reduced down to non-fat or 2% or almond or oat or whatever, or goat's milk. There's all these different milks now that we've been introduced to, right? But when I was a kid, I was drinking regular vitamin D and, I was fine. I had went vegan for like 3 years. Well, pescatarian, really. I'd eat seafood. um, and so in doing that, I had stopped eating chicken, beef, pork, all of that, right? And it seemed like when I put those foods back into my diet, I feel a different way. I'm feeling better about things. I bought some milk, right? And I just feel way better. It's just kind of like, the things that you grew up on, the foods in where you lived. You know how they said people eat a certain way, because of where they live. There's plenty of that food, and they grew up on that food, and they were raised on that food, and then all of a sudden they're sick. It's just kind of like, you got to do something to supplement that. I know that my mom didn't have fish as a child, seafood and all of that. They just didn't have it. They were very poor. So there's things that, they didn't have. So she had to supplement. She has to take something because she didn't get that. And we need fish. We need fish in our body, or else we're going to be deprived, deficient in something, right? So fish gives us something, and we need that. So milk, I was trying to take it out because, society says, oh no, don't drink. We're trying to be skinny and fat free and all of this stuff. But I was like almost on death's door as a result of not having vitamin D, right? So that has been part of the reason in the background I've been struggling. And it's kind of like you cannot focus on the things that really make you happy if you got something else going on. And that has been going on with me for the longest, and trying to figure out my problem, trying to help my doctor figure out my problem. So I'm just sharing that with you, and then painting my nails. But now right? And I'm the type of person, I got a frog in my throat. I'm the type of person where, I'll be suffering in silence because, you know, um, I'm just by myself. I don't have a partner or anything like that. It's just me. And so, I won't want to bother people, with my issues. I'll try to figure it out myself. Like, if I had an emergency, I would take a lift to the hospital, um, if I have a doctor's appointment, um, anything that I need, I just do it for myself. I don't want to call somebody and say, hey, can you go do this for me? And I've gotten myself to the point where, okay, I'm thinking, okay, I don't need any help. But, when I was suffering, oh my God, it's kind of like, you need somebody. And thankfully, my daughter was knowledgeable that she could ask the right questions when we did go to the doctor, right? So you do need people. And I think that I have kind of like isolated myself, and I need to get out more. I need to do more. I need to be around people. And because you'll have this thinking, and I don't want to say it's jaded, but it's just like when you're not feeling well, you don't want to go anywhere because it's kind of like, okay, I'm already suffering. You get out somewhere and it's kind of like, oh my God, why did I come out? I'm not feeling good. So, yeah. So, excuse me. Now that I know what my issue was. And, I'm taking vitamin D every day. I got my milk, I'm eating regularly. Um, I'm believing that things will be better for me. And I'm not on all that medication, right? And it's a struggle to say, okay, I'm not going to be on this medication. I'm going to take my health into my own hands. And so I am on one blood pressure medication, and the vitamin D right now, just so that my body can settle down from all that I was on, because it was a lot. And if you can't pinpoint what's causing you problems, oh my gosh, you know, ooh, been in too many situations like that. So we are getting ready to have a lot of, I always say have a lot of joy or experience a lot of joy. Whatever that is, we're getting ready to experience it. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you with me wherever it goes, right? And let's see. Let me share a book with you because I will share a book. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go grab it. Now, it doesn't have the jacket on it, but it's called The Purple Cow. Does that look better? No. Okay, wait, let's see. Oh, yeah, maybe that. Okay, The Purple Cow. Yeah. And this is by Seth Godin. And some people say Godin, but however you want to say it, he can probably tell you better than anybody. But this did have a jacket. But The Purple Cow, I've shared this book before. And I love this book because it's basically telling you to step outside the box and be different. What do you have that's different from anybody else? What do you do? Your unique product, or there's a product and you can make it even better by putting a little spin on it. So it's something that's already invented, but you're going to improve it, right? Or you have something right now, and if you improve that, then that makes you unique. That makes you stand out, right? So what is your purple cow? So this is one of the best books. And I think I got this book in a cereal box, right? So that was so unique. I just bought the book just because I wanted the box. I don't have the box anymore because, I think I've had this book probably 10 years or so, but I managed to keep the book. And so it comes in a cereal box. Well, at that time it did. I don't know if it still does. But oh my gosh. And it really is a collector's item. And I think at the point that I got rid of it, I was just kind of like purging. I'm also what you call an essentialist or minimalist. I live meagerly. So, I don't keep a lot of junk or things that are not necessary. So just having the book, that's enough, right? So I kind of graduated from the cereal box, but it's probably going to be worth a lot of money, so I might regret it, right? So, yeah, so that's our book for today. And that's a little bit about me and my health and my nails. Let's see. So they turned out okay, I might say. Terracotta. Come through, terracotta. So I'm going to get off here and just enjoy whatever else is on TV, well, on YouTube. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. Please like and subscribe and share. If you know someone who is in the same situation as me and maybe, they just need to know that everything's going to be okay, share this with them, okay? Take care. Talk to you later.